Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, the structure of atom. All the matter is made up of atoms. Atoms are so small that they need to be magnified millions of times in order to be seen. However, atoms are themselves made up of smaller particles. The smaller particles from which atoms are made up of, they are proton, neutron and electron. We call these particles as subatomic particles. An atom has a central nucleus surrounded by electrons arranged in areas called shells. The nucleus is very small as compared to the atom as a whole. As electrons are even smaller, most of an atom is empty space. The diameter of a nucleus can be 100,000 times less than the diameter of the atom. The nucleus of all atoms contains subatomic particles called protons, and most of the atoms also contain neutrons. Atoms are made up of protons, neutrons and electrons, known as subatomic particles. In the table you can see the charge, mass and location of the subatomic particles, and their symbols are also given in the table. Now if we see that proton has a relative charge of +1, it has a relative mass of 1 and its symbol is P. Neutron, it has a relative charge of 0. It is neutral, it does not have any charge. It has a relative mass of 1 and it is represented by the symbol N. The third particle, electron, has a relative charge of -1 and it has a relative mass that is very small, 1 by 1840, and usually it is taken as negligible and could be considered as 0. And it is represented by the symbol E. Although the mass of the electron is not 0, but it is negligible, 1 divided by 1840. Okay. The protons and neutrons are tightly packed together in the center of the atom. Together they form the nucleus of the atom. The electrons move rapidly around the nucleus. Proton number and nucleon number. The proton number of an atom is the number of protons present in the atom. The proton number is also called the atomic number. It is represented by the symbol Z. Since atoms are electrically neutral, the proton number can also tell us the number of electrons in the atom. It means that atoms are neutral, so the number of positive charges, that is proton, is equal to the number of negative charges, that is electron. For example, the proton number of nitrogen is 7. It means that the nitrogen atom has 7 protons and 7 electrons. Each element has a unique proton number. So the proton number is the identity of an element. For example, carbon and oxygen, if we take the example of carbon and oxygen, they have different proton numbers. Carbon has a proton number of 6. All atoms with 6 protons are therefore carbon atoms. Oxygen has a proton number of 8. So all atoms with 8 protons are therefore oxygen atoms. Now, what is nucleon number? The nucleon number of an atom is the total number of protons and neutrons in the atom. The nucleon number is represented by the symbol A. The nucleon number is also called the mass number. This is because the mass of an atom depends on the numbers of protons and neutrons in the atom's nucleus. The mass of electrons in the atom is said to be negligible, as we have already discussed. So nucleon number, that is represented by A, is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. The nucleon number and proton number, how they can be represented? The nucleon and proton number can be included when representing an element in symbols. We know that in the periodic table all the elements are represented by symbols. So when they are represented by symbols, how nucleon number and proton number are arranged with the symbol. Okay. So you can see in the diagram that X, this is the chemical symbol of any element, and A written with the X is nucleon number or mass number, that is on the left of the symbol, and Z, that is proton number or atomic number, it is also written on the left side of the symbol X. So if we take the example, a sodium atom has 12 neutrons and 11 protons. So sodium can be represented by the symbol, as you can see, the symbol of sodium, Na, with 23 is its nucleon number and 11 is its proton number. So sometimes it is represented using only the nucleon number. So it can be written as sodium 23 simply. Isotopes are atoms of the same element with the same number of protons and electrons but different number of neutrons. Isotopes of the same element have the same number of protons, so isotopes have the same proton number but different nucleon number. Most elements occur naturally as a mixture of isotopes. For example, chlorine consists of two isotopes. It means that if we take a sample of chlorine gas, it consists of two isotopes of chlorine, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. A few elements, however, do not have isotopes. For example, all atoms of beryllium contain 5 neutrons and 4 protons. So it means that beryllium does not have any isotopes. If we take the example of hydrogen isotopes, there are 3 isotopes of hydrogen. All hydrogen atoms contain 1 proton and 1 electron, but they can contain different number of neutrons, as you can see in the table given. Hydrogen 1 is the most abundant, most common isotopes of hydrogen. All 3 isotopes of hydrogen have identical chemical properties. This is because the number of electrons determines chemical properties, and all 3 isotopes have 1 electron in their atom. So this is the main reason why all the isotopes of hydrogen have identical or same chemical properties. An isotope is named after the element and the mass number of its atoms. For example, carbon 12 is an isotope of carbon with a mass number of 12. So there are different elements which could be taken as example if we discuss isotopes, like hydrogen, carbon, chlorine, and there are many more. Isotopes have the same chemical properties but slightly different physical properties. Isotopes have the same number of protons and electrons but different number of neutrons. The chemical reactions involve only electrons, so isotopes have similar chemical properties. We can take the example of chlorine. It has 2 isotopes, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. They can react with sodium to produce sodium chloride. Isotopes have different number of neutrons, so physical properties are affected by mass. That depends upon the number of neutrons. Isotopes have different masses and therefore different physical properties. For example, hydrogen 2 has a slightly higher boiling point and density as compared to hydrogen 1. Isotopes that emit high energy radiations are called radioisotopes. They are radioactive substances. The radiation emitted is dangerous because it can damage living cells and causes cancer. However, radioisotopes can have important applications and can be safely used if they are handled properly. They have applications in the field of safety and security, in the field of medicine, and in the field of geology. So a table is provided which tells you some information regarding uses of different radioisotopes. Relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass of an element is defined as the ratio of the average mass of an atom to 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12 atom. Now, relative atomic mass can be found in the periodic table and it has a symbol AR. It is different from the mass number or nucleon number. Relative atomic mass and nucleon number, they are different things, they are not same. Mass numbers are always whole numbers, as protons or neutrons cannot be split into parts. So, whenever a mass number or nucleon number is written for any element, it is always a whole number. Relative atomic masses are often rounded to the nearest whole number, but are actually not whole numbers. For example, the relative atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5 rather than a whole number. This is because chlorine contains two different isotopes, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. The carbon-12 atom is the standard atom against which the masses of other atoms are compared. The relative atomic mass of an element is the average mass of its atom compared to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon-12 atom. The relative atomic mass or AR of an element is calculated from the mass number of its isotopes and the abundance of these isotopes. So basically the relative atomic mass depends upon two things, the mass number of isotopes and abundance of the isotopes. I hope you will be able to understand the relative atomic mass with the help of this given example, chlorine. Chlorine naturally exists as two isotopes, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. The abundance of chlorine 35 is 75% and the abundance of chlorine 37 is 25%. In other words, in every 100 chlorine atoms, 75 atoms have a mass number of 35 and 25 atoms have a mass number of 37. So to calculate the relative atomic mass of chlorine, the formula is given. We need total mass of atoms divided by total number of atoms. So for total mass, 75% of chlorine 35, so 75 multiplied by 35 plus 25% of chlorine 37. So 25 multiplied by 37. This is based on the percentage which I am discussing. It is based on the relative abundance of the isotope. As we have already discussed that chlorine 35 is 75% abundant in the sample of chlorine gas and chlorine 37 is 25% abundant, or it has an abundance of 25%. Okay, after calculation we get the AR or relative atomic mass of chlorine, that is 35.5. So from the answer you can see that the answer 35.5, it is closer to 35 than to 37. It means that chlorine 35 isotope is much more abundant than the chlorine 37 isotope. So we can state or we can conclude from this answer? For our understanding, we can conclude this, that the isotope which is more abundant, so relative atomic mass, the value of relative atomic mass is more closer to the value or the number of the isotope which is relatively abundant in the sample. So chlorine 35 is more abundant than chlorine 37, so relative atomic mass is closer to the value of 35, and it is 35.5, or relative atomic mass here that we calculated, it is 35.5. Okay, thank you students. On the basis of video and textbook, try to solve your given assignments.